I'm Laura, and so most of you guys, when you guys go to Mexico or you think of traveling to Mexico, you usually think about beaches like Cancun, Acapulco, Cabo. I go every year to Mexico, but I don't usually, when I think of Mexico, I don't think about beaches or pina coladas in the sand. I don't think about that. I think about something else. I think about mountains, waterfalls, steers, like driving down the street. My Mexico is more of a like mountain range. It rains every night. Every morning when you wake up, it smells like wet dirt on the ground because of the rain from last night. My Mexico is called El Estado de Durango. This is the sign that usually it says Bienvenidos al Estado de Durango. It's a place in Mexico. Here's the state. That's the state, the one in green. The very middle, it says that it's half of the state is part of the Sierra Madre Occidental, which means it's like the main mountain range. You just take all this area. So it's mainly just mountains over in Durango. I'm going to talk to you today about the history, today's life, and the nature of the estado. I'm going to start by telling you guys about the history. It happened with Captain Francisco Ibarra, who led the conquistadors from Spain over to the land of Durango in 1554. According to John Schlossmal, author of the book of History of Indigenous Durango, the first capital of the province, Durango, founded in July 1563, was similarly named for Ibarra's birthplace. So basically, because he was born in a place called Durango over in Spain, he decided to call Durango Durango because he was born there over in Spain. So that's why it's called Durango. And then in 1825, Durango was recognized as a state, part of Mexico, and then the local priests in Durango started to build missions and started to try to spread Christianity over to the Indians, but they didn't really like it, so they started violent riots against each other and stuff like that. Then people started blaming the riots and the violence in Durango due to the President of the United States at the time, which is President Diaz, which was full of corruption. Everybody knows he's known for the corruption and violence that he brought to Mexico back then in the day. And then all the people in Durango got all together and were like, we have to stop this guy. And they did. And then in 1911, Durango came back as a state, as a normal, peaceful state. And then the state was adopted a new constitution in 1917. And according to the article on History.com, with Constitution, it brought peace to Durango. And then this is a picture of Francisco Ibarra. There's no really good pictures because it was way, way back in the day, so you can't really, there wasn't actual, like, all the pictures that there was were like portraits and stuff like that. So, this is a picture of Durango back then, like the capital of Durango, the building, and this is how it looks now. It looks very, like, way pretty. And this is the McDonald's in Durango that's right now. It's, as you can tell, it's very, like, whoa, for McDonald's. It looks really pretty. And then, okay. Now I'm going to go on and talk to you guys about the nature in Durango. And like I said before, it's half of the Durango is full of the Sierra Madre. So as you can, I don't know if you can tell, but that's a waterfall right there. And then this is a big mountain, and there's a bus, like a tour bus going right here. It's very big time mountain area. The Sierra brings many minerals and a lot of places to mine. There's a lot of mines in Durango. Durango is a leading natural producer of ferrous metals, and it's the first producer nationwide in Mexico of lumber, gold, and the second in silver. So like every time I go over to Durango, we're going down the road, you always see big trucks with big giant like tree trunks, like they're taking away wood from the forest. The principal industry activities are textile and apparel, forestry, lumber, products of mining, electronics, and automotive parts. Durango is the fourth largest state in Mexico. It's a surface of 47,581 miles, so it's pretty big. It's located in the north central of Mexico. Strategically, it's located second most important economic zone in the country. People that usually live there, they do outdoor activities like canoeing, mountain climbing, rock climbing, camping, and nature tours. It's very naturist. In fact, when I go there, I always climb up a mountain that's right behind my house. They have a cross at the very top. So I always go over there every year, so it's pretty exciting. Everyday life in Durango. Here's a picture of back then, the Centro, and then that's one of today, the cathedral in the capital of Durango. Down here, this is one of the main road constructions. You can see a Home Depot on this side, and then Electra, which is a very important furnishing store over in Mexico. Okay, today's population in Durango is 1,448,661, with 49% men and 51% women. According to the governor of Durango, the past 2 years, crime reports have diminished in 15.9% in Durango, placing Durango among the 10 cities in Mexico with lower criminality rates. Durango has stood out in the last 2 years for having a solid and high education for students. So meaning there's more people educated, meaning there's more jobs available with higher skill level. Durango is nearly the home of 4,000 industrial enterprises employing more than 100,000 people. So yeah, so next time you guys travel or think about going to Mexico, don't just think about beaches and stuff like that. There is pretty good places where you go mountain climbing, going to mines and stuff like that. It's really fun. It's really nature. It's very clean. It's a good place to live and good place to visit. And yeah, that's it.
All right, so Jake, what did you think?
I thought she spoke very clear and she pronunciated the words in Spanish very well. It was thorough, but I also thought her crop or her pictures could have been a little bit bigger, but other than that, everything was really good and was smooth. I liked how she explained everything in detail about the culture and then how Mexico's not just the beach and everything, it's also wildlife and mountain ranges too. Her different perspective of it, I liked it a lot.
Okay. Laura, I like the opening with the personal greeting and your visualization about, the mountain areas instead of the beaches, and that's kind of what I was getting set up for, and I only got part of that in the speech. It seems to me a little bit like you turned it into an oral report for a geography class at one point. I'm listening to the industry there in Durango and talking about the population and well, okay, I mean that's all useful information, but it doesn't seem like it's about your point of view. Your point of view is why this is a great place to go, why there's something there that's interesting, and hearing about the police reports, I mean, maybe that's a good thing to include because people might be a little intimidated hearing about violence in Mexico and you're trying to encourage them to do this. Well, then give us that context. I think you need to do a little bit more of that, speaking about it from the point of view of what it is that you see as beautiful, what it is that you like about it, what things we should seek out when we get there. And the opening section where you were describing the smell of the rain and the dirt on the mountains, I'm going, oh, this... I'm going there, I'm getting there, and then it just turns into, like I said, this kind of conventional sort of thing. It sounds like an encyclopedia article about Durango, and I'm getting the history lesson, and okay, why am I getting that? If that's what you want to talk about, that's okay, but it didn't sound like that's what you wanted to talk about at the beginning of the speech. Now, I have to stop this a second.